Now it's time for SSA News.
We're going to share a weird news story with you and build a blue dilemma card for a future Sunday School Answers pack.
All right, so here's the story.
Ooh.
Florida man watches Spiderman No Way Home 292 times, setting a world record.
Okay.
Just think about how many times that really is to sit through a near 3-hour Spider-Man movie.
You know, good on him.
All right, here's the story. Some Marvel Cinematic Universe fans will take their movie viewing seriously, but none as seriously as one Florida man who watched Spider-Man No Way Home a record-breaking 292 times in the theaters.
In theaters.
Ramiro Alanis broke the Guinness World Record for most cinema productions attended of the same film after watching the new Spider-Man film for 720 hours, the equivalent of 30 days, between December 16th, 2021 and March 15th, 2022.
Wow.
And in order to qualify for the record, Alanis had to watch the movie in theaters and independently of any other activity. This means he could not check his phone. He could not sleep. He could not even take a bathroom break while the film was playing.
Wow.
Guinness also said the film must be watched to full completion, including the credits. Of course, Alanis, being a true Marvel fan, was already accustomed to sticking around through the credits because Marvel has made us do that now. Alanis had to submit every ticket stub from the movie for consideration, along with a statement from the theater attending after each viewing, confirming he watched the film in its entirety. He says he watched Spider-Man No Way Home in back-to-back screenings for 3 months until his movie theater stopped showing the film. For the first few weeks of the film's release, Alanis watched 5 screenings every day.
What? What? Does he not have a job? I mean, for real.
He told Guinness that the late night showings were the hardest as he experienced headaches after having already watched the movie 4 times during the day. I mean, yeah. This is not the first time Alanis has held this record. In 2019, he received the award after 191 viewings of Marvel's Avengers Endgame.
Ay, ay, ay.
For Alanis, the record belonged to an Australian woman who watched the Queen biopic Bohemian Rhapsody 108 times in early 2019. In 2021, Alanis' title was temporarily usurped by Arnaud Klein, who watched the film Camelot, first installment premiere volet, which is, I'm assuming, a film from a foreign country, 204 times, but he got his record back. Whew. Alanis told Guinness he decided to attempt the record again in honor of his grandmother, Wani, I guess?
Wani,
who died in 2019 before she could see him earn his record title.
Aww.
Oh, she was my number one supporter, and I want to remain the record holder. For her, I'm assuming. So yeah, the last thing here, he spent an estimated $3,400 on movie tickets over those 3 months. No mentioning like how much he spent on food or drink. I'm assuming he had to eat there, right? If you're there all day watching 5 installments of Spider-Man, you're eating popcorn and, you know, that weird movie pizza for your meals all day.
Nachos.
Nachos.
Pickles.
Hot dogs. Those giant hot dogs that have probably been in that thing for a week.
Oh my gosh.
They don't go bad.
Mila gets pickles every time we go to the movie theater. And
yeah, I feel like Eli's going to be that way.
yeah.
We've only gone one time with him and it was a disaster.
Why?
Oh gosh. We went to see Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Yeah.
Blindly, like I hadn't seen it beforehand. And I don't know if you remember Wreck-It Ralph 2. But it ends with like a bunch of zombie Wreck-It Ralphs forming into one giant, monstrous, horrific Wreck-It Ralph.
No, I don't remember that.
All the bodies of Wreck-It Ralph moving and it's disgusting. It's the worst thing ever. It terrified me. And he started crying in the theater. I'm like, yep, let's go. Sorry about this, kid. I'm going to pre-watch every movie from now on. So bad. So bad. Anyway, that brings us to today's Blue Dilemma card.
Oh, the dilemma card we'll be adding to our future expansion deck of Sunday School Answers is, I broke the Guinness World Record for blank for 30 solid days. This has been SSA News, sponsored by BackrowGames.com.
So now it's time for SSA News.
We're going to share a weird news story with you and build a white answer card for a future Sunday School Answers pack.
Oh, Mo, we know you love your birthday, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, there's some people that just don't like birthday parties.
Okay.
And there's a man who didn't want a work birthday party who ended up suing his company for $450,000.
Okay.
Here's the story. When someone says a birthday celebration at work would trigger distress, employers might want to put the cake and balloons away. The Kentucky man was awarded almost $500,000 after he sued over a series of events that started when he told his supervisor he didn't want a birthday celebration at work. According to the news report, a supervisor at Gravity Diagnostics forgot to pass his request on. The party happened and a panic attack ensued.
Oh, no.
In the lawsuit, Kevin Burling said he warned his supervisor that he suffers from anxiety and a party would bring back distressing memories of his parents' divorce. According to Fortune magazine, Burling had a panic attack over it on his August 7th, 2019 birthday and was so upset that he went to his car to finish his lunch. A day after the surprise party, Burling was called into a meeting to discuss his reaction. He said he was criticized for the way he acted, and this confrontation triggered another panic attack. Burling's attorney described the meeting in an interview. Let's see here. Burling said one of his supervisors started reading him the riot act and accused him of stealing other co-workers' joy. The lawyer said that when Burling started employing coping techniques he'd learned in therapy, he was asked to stop. His company sent him home and told him to not come back for a few days, and later that week he was fired by email. His company gave fear that he would become violent as the reason for his dismissal. The company claimed that they were worried about Burling being angry and possibly violent, the lawyer said, even though he has no history of violence. Basically, the company fired him for having a panic attack. They made assumptions that he was dangerous based off his disability and not off of any evidence that he was violent.
Wow.
So he sued for disability discrimination, suing $300,000 for emotional distress and $150,000 for lost wages. The trial lasted only 2 days. The jury awarded him all the money. I mean, guys, take that kind of stuff seriously. If I say I don't want a party, don't give me no party. Okay? Okay. Mo wants a party.
I don't have $450,000 to give you, just FYI.
Are you throwing me a party? Don't
Maybe.
Throw me a party.
I'm going to throw you a party.
Don't throw me no party.
You'd be the only one there, but I'll throw you a party.
So this brings us to today's white answer card.
The answer card we'll be adding to our future expansion deck of Sunday School Answers is stealing my coworker's joy. This has been SSA News, sponsored by BackrowGames.com.
Now it's time for SSA News.
We're going to share a weird news story with you and build a white answer card for a future Sunday School Answers pack.
Professional baby namer charges couples $10,000 to come up with names.
Shut up. Can I do this, please? That's my dream job.
Oh, according to the Daily Mail, Taylor A. Humphrey, a 33-year-old from New York, is raking in thousands of dollars by choosing baby names. Humphrey is the founder of What's in a Baby Name, a boutique consultancy that takes the pressure off parents when it comes to naming their new bundle of joy. Humphrey offers everything from tailor-made lists to a full-service baby naming concierge.
Oh, my word.
Her services start at $1,500 for a custom list of options, but can cost much more depending on the job. Humphrey said that for $10,000, she will come up with names that are on brand with a parent's business. If you look at the most popular baby names, it's such a telltale sign of our cultural values and our aspirations, she told the magazine. Humphrey, who also works as a doula, goes above and beyond for her clients. The names Humphrey picks out aren't at all random. They're usually inspired by answers given by the parents via a detailed questionnaire. She also spends hours and hours conducting genealogical investigations to find old family names. The last year alone, she has named more than 100 children and has counseled parents throughout the entire process. Recently, she came up with the name Parks for a couple, and it had the sweetest story behind it. The name was inspired by a town called Parker, where the couple had their first kiss. Parks.
Why not Parker?
Why not Parker? That's a name.
Yeah.
Parks is a place you go to play and fly kites. There's even a situation where Humphrey talked a mother out of changing her daughter's name. The little girl's name was Isla, and the mother was concerned that people would keep mispronouncing it. Humphrey was compensated for convincing the mother to stick with a name that was already chosen.
I'm pretty sure it's Isla.
Is that? It says Isla.
Yeah.
Did I mispronounce it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be.
Yeah.
But anyway, she didn't even choose a name, and she still got paid for it. No, your name's good. That'll be $1,500. She said the name regret has become more common in recent years. In a TikTok video, Humphrey discussed the reason a parent might end up regretting the name that they've chosen for their child. Still, she doesn't believe in mistakes when it comes to naming your babies. So if she doesn't believe in mistakes for naming the baby, then you could name the baby anything and it's not a mistake. So why does your job need to exist?
Are you done with this story?
It's making you mad?
No. Yes. But for a reason that I need to explain.
Okay. I mean, that's essentially it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm pretty certain that I was around the age of 9 when my first direct cousin was born. I have a lot of step cousins, but when my mom's brother had his first child, actually it's his only child, and I did this. I was at my grandparents' house for the summer that my uncle's girlfriend was pregnant with my cousin, and I wrote out a list of names for them. Like made a baby name book. And in that book, I had Clarissa from Clarissa Explains It All,
Heck yeah.
obviously.
Very
And
soon.
Jean, because Jean was our grandmother's middle name.
Yeah.
My cousin's name is Clarissa Jean. They chose from that book that I wrote them. They owe me $1,500.
At least.
I'm just saying.
$1,500.
And I feel like there should be like payment for, she's now like way into her 20s. She's carried that name for 20 something years. There should be payment for that also. I'm just saying.
Be,
Listen.
what are they called? Royalties?
Yeah, right? This was my business.
That's hilarious. So that brings us to today's white answer card.
The answer card we'll be adding to our future expansion deck of Sunday School Answers is paying a stranger to make my major life decisions for me. This has been SSA News, sponsored by BackrowGames.com.
Now it's time for SSA News.
We're going to share a weird news story with you and build a white answer card for a future Sunday School Answers pack.
All right. Dublin Airport got 12,272 noise complaints last year from just one person.
I've been to that airport.
One person was responsible for 9 in 10 of all complaints about noise from aircraft using Dublin Airport last year. The complainant lodged over 12,000 complaints during 2021 at an average rate of 34 a day.
Sounds about
34
right.
complaint calls a day. Reports from the individual accounted for 90% of complaints received by the airport operator about noise from aircraft taking off and landing in Dublin. That's almost double the 6,227 complaints that the same individual filed in 2020. This is even though the total number of aircraft movements at Dublin Airport last year was only up to around 10% to almost 91,000 as the air traffic continued to be affected and reduced by reduced international travel caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The unidentified complainant, who is understood to live in Ongar, northwest of Dublin, has been largely responsible for a dramatic increase in complaints filed with the EA since 2019. Before that, they were receiving around 1,500 noise complaints a year, but last year's total was 13,569. However, the figure would have just been 1,296 if the cases filed by this one serial complainant were excluded. As the number of flights had returned to pre-pandemic levels in 2022, the same individual has already filed a total of 5,276 complaints in the first 3 months of this year, a daily average of 59 calls.
Now with the global...
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hey,
Rise
I don't-
hello.
You can't do ads that just
Wow.
are loud like that. That's annoying.
It's all right. I was louder than the ad.
Skip
We're
the
good.
part there. Yeah, so I won't, it goes on to more people complaining. But anyway, so already up to 59 complaints a day. What else are you doing with your life? Do you not have a job? Do you not watch television? Like 59 calls, which I know you're going to be put on hold for all of those. And to keep that up for now almost 2.5 years of daily calling multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Do you have the gumption to do anything that often? Even
No.
things that you love?
Yeah. No,
No.
not so much.
I mean, that is one dedicated individual who is not giving up on his quest to make things quieter,
Yeah.
despite the fact he's seeing no results.
And it's not even American Airlines.
And it's not even American or Delta. It's none of those garbage airlines. So that brings us to today's white answer card.
The answer card we'll be adding to our future expansion deck of Sunday School Answers is complaining for a living. This has been SSA News, sponsored by BackrowGames.com.